and then England. Now, we've come top of so let's do the positives and negatives. We've come out top of our group. We have a pretty solid defense with one of, if not the lowest XG in the group, in all of the group stages. So somehow Southgate has taken our raggedy defense and implemented a system that has meant that we don't leak goals or opportunities. That's great. However, you have the best attackers in the world, bar none. We have the best Bundesliga attacker in Kane. We have the best La Liga attacker in Bellingham. We have the best Premier League attacker in Foden. And somehow we've scored 2 goals in all of our games. And we've not been able to play a style that's coherent. And I think that falls down to the manager, like everybody says. And I think he's a very defensive manager, and I think he's a little bit conservative. And I think I will say, if we make it through every match and we win 1-0 or on penalties, props. However, I think we have to face the reality that we are not utilizing our players to the best of their ability. And in the absence of utilizing our players to the best of their ability, I feel like we're just going to, at some point, come up against a better team, such as in the next round, and we're just going to essentially fall flat because we're not going to create enough chances, and we're trying to cram too many stars into the same squad. It's the same problem that we had in the gold generation, right? We tried to cram in Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes, Beckham, all into the same squad, and in the end we basically didn't achieve anything. And we're doing the same thing. We're trying to cram Foden, Bellingham, Rice, Kane, all into the same team. And the problem is they all want to be in the number 10 position. They want to be the central creative player, right? Kane is dropping back, like Gary Lineker's mentioned in his commentary. Kane is dropping back because essentially he's not getting any service, so he wants to connect the attack with the defense, right? And so he's coming into midfield to try and receive the ball and make sure there's some flow and some connection. Now, that's probably not what he's been instructed to do, that he feels out of the game. And the reason he feels out of the game is because he doesn't have any wingers that go beyond him so that he can play his normal role, so, breaking the lines and keeping the defense occupied. And he also can't be an attacker because he's not getting any service. And the reason he's not getting any service is quite simple. On the right side, you have Saka, right? Saka can provide him service, but not when he's being marked and fouled by the whole team. Why is he being marked and fouled by the whole team? Well, simply because the left side of the squad is basically non-existent. Foden is drifting inside because he's a number 10 and he wants to play left-sided cam. He doesn't want to play left wing, he wants to play left-sided cam in a Pep Guardiola system. That's what made him the best. And you're not utilising him. So what do? You switch out Bellingham. He does the same thing. He wants to drift into the left. And he wants to be an attacking midfielder on the left. And then what you would want in that situation is perhaps a left wing back. And what have we done? We've got a right-sided, left-footed, we've got a right-sided, right-footed right back playing left back who doesn't run beyond and doesn't have a left foot and doesn't pretend to have a left foot. Trippier has done his defensive work well, right? Credit where it's due, he's playing out of position and he's doing fine. We're relying on an injured Luke Shaw to come back and save us somehow. But he's been only doing individual training and he's not training with a squad. So do you really think that we can trust this injured player in the knockout stages? I don't think so. Okay, so how do you solve this problem? Well, you have a couple of options. One, you go to a 3/5 back formation, you put 3 centre backs, and what you do is instead you go ahead and basically say we're going to have a attacker on the left side. We're going to put Saka there and play left wing back or left mid, or you put Gordon out there and just be like, hey, we're going to have 3 centre backs and we're going to have 2 right wingers, right? Have Carl Walker tuck in and be a right-sided centre back and have 2 centre backs and then have 2 wingers, right? And then that leaves you a bit more freedom to have some attacking threat. That's what I would do in the next stage. Anyways, regardless of all of that, I think a 1-0 win for England through to the next stage.